The incredible stories of some game-changing trucks that transformed the automotive world. These legendary pickups aren't just about power and performance, they've got tales of innovation, toughness, and a bit of magic that made them icons. So, here are four most legendary pickup trucks, and starting from the 1983 to 1992 Ford Ranger. This compact pickup was a game changer, combining innovation, reliability, and versatility in a way that made it stand out from the crowd. First off, let's talk about why the Ranger even exists. Back in the day, Ford was using Mazda's B-Series truck and slapping their own badge on it, calling it the Ford Courier. But as the demand for smaller, fuel-efficient trucks grew in the US, thanks to the fuel crises of the 1970s and the environmental awareness of the 1980s, Ford decided it was time to create their own compact truck from scratch. The Ranger was built to be a jack of all trades. Whether you were a city slicker who needed a practical ride, or a tradesperson who required a reliable work truck, the Ranger had you covered. It was a big deal for Ford too, because it showed they could innovate in the compact truck market without any outside help. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. The Ranger came with a bunch of engine options, from the 2.0-liter and 2.3-liter four-cylinders to the beefier 2.8-liter, 2.9-liter, and 4.0-liter V6 engines. These powerhouses cranked out anywhere from 73 to 160 horsepower and 86 to 220 pound-feet of torque. You could pair them with a 4-speed manual, 5-speed manual, or a 3-speed automatic transmission, depending on your preference. The Ranger's design was simple but effective, taking cues from its bigger sibling, the F-Series. It came in different cab styles and bed lengths, so you could pick the one that suited your needs. Inside, it was all about practicality and comfort, with options like cloth seats and AM/FM stereo systems. Later models even got cassette players, which was pretty cool back then. But what really made the Ranger stand out was its toughness. Ford used galvanized steel to keep rust at bay, which was a common problem in older vehicles. Plus, the Ranger's suspension was built to handle both city streets and off-road adventures, so it could take a beating and keep on going. And if something did go wrong, the Ranger's simple mechanics made it easy and affordable to fix. So, why did Ford create the Ranger? Well, there were a few reasons. First, people wanted smaller, more fuel-efficient trucks, and the Ranger delivered. Second, environmental regulations and fuel economy standards were pushing car makers to make cleaner, more efficient vehicles. The Ranger's compact size and efficient engines were a direct response to that. Finally, Ford wanted to compete with other manufacturers like Toyota and Nissan, who were already making waves in the small pickup market. The Ranger's legendary status comes down to a few key things. The variety of robust engines meant you could choose the one that best fit your needs, whether you were commuting or hauling heavy loads. These engines were known for their long life and easy maintenance. The Ranger's tough construction, with galvanized steel and a solid frame, helped it withstand the test of time and harsh conditions. Plus, it was affordable to buy and cheap to maintain, with readily available parts and a design that made repairs a breeze. And let's not forget its versatility. The Ranger could handle everything from light-duty tasks to off-road adventures, making it appealing to a wide range of people. In the end, the Ford Ranger is remembered as a reliable, versatile pickup truck that gave the people what they wanted. Its combo of toughness, affordability, and practicality made it a legend in the world of compact trucks. The Chevrolet El Camino is a legendary car that has left a lasting impression on the automotive world. It all started back in 1959, when Chevy decided to create a vehicle that could combine the best parts of a car and a truck. They were inspired by the success of the Ford Ranchero, which had come out a couple of years earlier, and wanted to make their own version of this car-truck hybrid. The first El Camino was built using the same platform as the Brookwood two-door station wagon. It had a really cool design with bat-wing fins and cat's-eye taillights that were popular on Chevy cars at the time. The idea was to make a vehicle that could handle light-duty hauling, like what farmers or construction workers might need, but still look and feel like a comfortable car. In its first year, the El Camino sold over 22,000 units, which was a pretty good start. But sales started to slow down and Chevy ended up stopping production after 1960. However, they decided to bring it back in 1964, this time using the Chevelle platform. This second generation El Camino had a better load capacity, improved handling, and a variety of engine options, including some powerful V8 engines. One of the things that made the 1959 El Camino stand out was its steel bed floor. Most trucks at the time used wood, but the El Camino's steel bed was more durable and practical. It also had a smooth ride thanks to Chevy's safety girder X-frame and full coil suspension. Plus, it could haul up to 1,150 pounds, which made it great for all sorts of light-duty tasks. When the El Camino made its comeback in 1964, it shared a lot of parts and options with the Chevelle. It had a 115-inch wheelbase and could carry up to 1,200 pounds. Chevy also offered a range of engines, including a strong 327 cubic inch V8, which made the El Camino even more versatile and powerful. As time went on, the El Camino kept evolving to keep up with changing tastes and needs in America. In 1968, Chevy introduced the SS, Supersport, package, which turned the El Camino into a muscle car icon. It came with powerful engine options like the 396 cubic inch V8, and people loved how it combined performance and practicality. The 1970s brought some changes in styling and engine options, like more fuel-efficient engines during the oil crisis. But even with these changes, the El Camino stayed popular. In fact, 1972 was its best year ever, with 57,000 units sold. In the 1980s, the El Camino got some modern upgrades and better handling. But as compact pickup trucks became more popular, Chevy eventually decided to stop making the El Camino in 1987. Even though it's not made anymore, the El Camino is still a big deal in car culture. It's become a classic and a symbol of American automotive creativity. People love the El Camino because it's reliable and can be used for all sorts of things. It was built really well, especially the models based on the Chevelle platform, which made it last a long time. And with powerful V8 engines available, you could use it for everyday driving or even modify it for high performance. El Camino owners and fans often talk about how easy it is to maintain and find parts for, which has helped keep many of these cars running even decades later. Its unique design that combines the best of cars and trucks has also made it a favorite among collectors and people who love automotive history. The Dodge Power Wagon, made from 1945 to 1980, is a truly important truck in the history of vehicles. It was first designed to be used by the military, but in 1946, Dodge started making a version for regular people to buy. This civilian power wagon was based on the Dodge 3 4-ton trucks used in World War II, which made it really tough and great at driving off-road. It was the first four-wheel drive truck made in large numbers for non-military buyers in the United States. Dodge created the Power Wagon to go up against similar trucks from Ford, Marmon Harrington, and GMC. They wanted to offer a strong, dependable truck that could handle lots of different jobs in post-war America, like farming and construction work. The early models, called the WDX series, had a 230 cubic inch flathead inline-six engine, a manual transmission with 4 gears, and a transfer case with 2 speeds for part-time four-wheel drive. As time went on, Dodge made changes and improvements to the Power Wagon. From 1945 to 1950, there were models like the WDX, B1PW, and B2PW, which had distinct features like rectangular stake pockets and a special gauge cluster. From 1951 to 1956, the stake pockets got a bit curved and the bedsides were stamped. Then, from 1956 to 1971, they added square stake pockets and transmissions that were synchronized. In 1961, Dodge put in a bigger 251 cubic inch flathead 6-cylinder engine to replace the original 230 cubic inch one. Some models also got a 225 cubic inch slant 6 engine, which gave the truck more power and made it even more reliable. Plus, you could get a power takeoff PTO unit, which let the Power Wagon run other equipment, making it useful for all sorts of tasks. Starting in 1957, Dodge also made lighter-duty Power Wagons, the W100 and W200, based on their C-Series pickups. These trucks use four-wheel drive parts from other companies to make them even more dependable and better at their jobs. By the 1960s, you could get power wagons with stronger engines like the big 383 cubic inch V8, and they had updated body styles called swept-line. Dodge made the Power Wagon because people needed a tough, reliable truck for all kinds of jobs in post-war America. Its strong military background made it really durable and good at off-road driving, while the changes they made for civilian buyers made it great for lots of different commercial and farming uses. The fully enclosed cab that protected from the weather and the versatile truck bed made it a smart choice for many industries. People know the Dodge Power Wagon is reliable and long-lasting because of how well it was built using military-style design. Its strong engines, tough frame, and advanced four-wheel drive system meant it could handle really demanding work. Being able to run other equipment using the PTO, carry heavy loads, and drive over rough ground all helped make it legendary. The fact that they made the Power Wagon for 35 years straight shows just how reliable it was. Even after they stopped selling it in the US in 1968. Dodge kept exporting it until 1978, which shows how popular it was around the world. The Power Wagon's design and engineering paved the way for later 4x4 trucks, making it a real pioneer. The Toyota Hilux has been a reliable and tough compact pickup truck for decades. And the fifth generation, made from 1988 to 1997, took things to the next level. Toyota wanted to make the Hilux more comfortable and suitable for everyday driving, while still keeping it strong and capable for work and off-road use. The 1988 Hilux had a sleeker look with doors that had the window frames built right in. You could get it with either rear-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. The rear-wheel drive models had smooth fenders, while the four-wheel drive versions had beefy fenders that made the truck 40 millimeters wider for better stability and handling on rough terrain. Under the skin, the Hilux had a strong ladder frame and a solid suspension setup. The front used double wishbones with torsion bars, and the rear had a tough axle with leaf springs. This combination gave the Hilux a good balance of load-carrying ability and a decent ride. Engine options range from 2-liter to 3-liter sizes, so you could choose the right amount of power for your needs. Toyota created the 5th-gen Hilux to keep up with the times. In the late 80s and early 90s, people wanted trucks that could do it all, handle work during the week and family and fun stuff on weekends. The Hilux delivered on this with its tough build and improved comfort, appealing to a wide range of buyers. The Hilux is famous for being incredibly reliable, and for good reason. It's built to last and easy to work on, which makes it a favorite in tough places all around the world. The strong frame, proven engines and transmissions, and simple mechanical layout all contribute to its dependability. It's so tough that it once survived crazy tests on the TV show Top Gear, where they tried to destroy it by setting it on fire and dropping it from a building, but it kept on running. It's built like a tank with a strong frame and heavy-duty suspension parts. The engines and transmissions are proven and last a long time. It's easy to fix and find parts for even in remote areas. It's popular all over the world and can handle all sorts of harsh conditions. It can do a lot of different jobs, from hauling cargo to exploring off-road. So, the 1988 to 1997 Toyota Hilux took the model's tough reputation and added better comfort and versatility to make it a true do-it-all truck. Its legendary reliability comes from smart engineering focused on strength and simplicity, which has made it an icon in the world of compact pickups.